All right, Kate, you got your show notebook in front of you, our OneNote?
I do.
Okay, you see the item there toward the top? It says Matt's computer.
Matt's computer. There it is. Had to scroll up. Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and click on that and tell me what you think about the images. What do you see there?
I see Matt's computer in front of, would this be a dehumidifier?
Yes, it is.
On top of a chair, so it looks like it's sucking moisture out.
This is very good, Kate. Yeah, I mean, well, it's not the... This is very good guessing on your part, Kate. There we go.
Okay. So I'm guessing that there's more to the story than these pictures.
Yes, there is. So to describe it further, the computer is basically tinted up. So it's upside down, making a tint. It's a laptop computer sitting in front of a dehumidifier. And it still is currently sitting in this mode, and I plan to leave it that way for at least a couple more days. Any guesses as to what's happened to this computer, Kate?
Well, Matt, did it take a bath in the lake?
Ha! That would be really interesting, but no,
I mean,
much dumber than that somehow.
Dumber than that?
Dumber than that, so...
You were taking a bath.
Yeah, it's a bath.
And you had your laptop on the side of the tub.
Getting greedy,
Yep. You're like, I'm going to watch some HBO Max while I soak and have a Bloody Maria and accidentally... bonk the computer into the hot, sudsy bubbles.
Now, these are all good guesses. You give up, or you want to give one more?
I mean, I'll do one more.
Okay. It's pretty dumb. I'll let you. The one hint is that it's pretty dumb what's happened, but
okay.
Go on.
All right. This is okay. So it's on the coffee table while you're gaming, and you've got a particularly large beverage that you just poured, and you were distracted by your Apple Watch while you were making a tricky maneuver on whatever game you were playing. You die, you get upset, you fling your arm, you knock the beer onto the computer.
Okay, yeah, these are all very good guesses, but no. So this is really dumb. So this computer has been set up this way since overnight Friday. What happened was... I was enjoying Friday afternoon out on the deck, right? And so I had the computer up, and it's quite lovely. And then at one point, decided to go inside, and then stayed in there for a while. And I said, "Oh, I'll go ahead and cook dinner." And then I totally forgot about it sitting outside until a big thunderclap overnight Friday night into Saturday, and I go, "Where's that computer?" And in my mind, I was like,
"No,
I think that computer is still outside." Now, there's an overhang on my deck. That's where I was. That's where this thing was placed. But not that far away from where that overhang ends. And it was blowing rain. So I go outside. And I see, yep, there it is. And it is getting poured on, more or less, with how the rain was blowing.
Oh, no.
So I grabbed this computer, this laptop computer. This is the MacBook Air. I grab it, and as I'm bringing it inside, I turn it so that I can, relieve it of some of the water in its guts.
Yeah.
My guess is that like 3 ounces of water came out of there.
Oh, no.
And so I click on the trackpad and nothing happens. And I tap on a key, and sure enough, the display comes back on and it's going. The operating system is on, so then I forced it off. Because that's the big key once you discover something that's been submerged in water or enveloped by water or whatever it may be, is you want to power it off. That way the battery doesn't, basically fry the rest of the computer. And then I flipped it over, opened up the door to that closet where that dehumidifier is, and it's been running ever since. And so I'm just waiting and waiting. I don't want to be premature. So, and it's not my main production computer. So
that's what my next question was going to be. Is that your main one?
No. So, and that's one of the other problems, Kate, is that I have so many computers at home, so many different ways to compute between actual computers and iPads and phones and such, is that I can be oblivious to the fact that I've left one outside to get poured on.
Yeah. Do you think it would be a better story, or do you think you'd feel not as embarrassed if you said you were in the bathtub versus leaving it out on the deck in a thunderstorm?
I don't know. These are all pretty dumb. And I have no idea how long it had been raining on it, obviously, since I awoke to this thunderclap.
Oh, man.
But anyway, I came to terms with it surprisingly quick, as I have with many of the things that have gotten destroyed over the years,
Yeah.
or money lost and whatever it might be. Like, okay, well, that's potentially gone. So at this point, if the thing fires back up and it works, and once again, I'm giving it days to sit and dry out, then, oh yeah, we're in bonus time. And if not, if it's dead, then I've already come to terms with it. And meanwhile, we have great show content for it, Kate.
Meanwhile?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That stinks. I'm glad it wasn't your main computer.
Yeah, that's the MacBook Air, 13-inch MacBook Air. My 15-inch MacBook Pro was safely inside the house. Had it been double fisting computers that afternoon, then yeah, I could have potentially hosed two computers.
Would have been without a paddle, my friend. Oof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway, stay tuned for future editions of Matt and Kate as we discover what's happened to this computer. But it's going to be at least a show or two probably before I get the guts to turn off the dehumidifier and try to fire that thing on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good luck.
Thanks, Kate.
Sure.
Gonna need it.
Hey, Matt, have you been to Waffle House in your lifetime?
Oh yes, many times. When I say
right?
many. It's not like I was ever a regular at a Waffle House.
Right.
But I'd say I've been to a Waffle House somewhere between 10 and 30 times, would be my guess.
Okay.
Probably on the lower end, though.
Have you ever been there before 10 o'clock at night?
Yeah, I have been to a Waffle House at like 8 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've never actually been to Waffle House for breakfast. It was always like late night breakfast. But there is a X-rated Waffle House in Toronto now.
An X-rated, the whole Waffle House is X-rated.
The whole Waffle House is X-rated.
Not just one menu item. It sounds like that could be an interesting menu item.
It's a members-only Waffle House. They specialize in graphic-shaped waffles.
Okay.
Topped with chocolate, sprinkles, and other sweet sauces.
Where is this Waffle House?
Toronto.
In Toronto.
They have neon lights and loud music also.
Fitting.
So it's like Club Waffle House. Yeah. No, this is what intrigues. This is what intrigues me about this Waffle House. Like somebody was like, you know what? We need to open a restaurant. And the bank was like, yeah, let's open a restaurant. And the guy was like, I think I want to do a Waffle House. And the bank's like, sure, everybody loves waffles. And then he's like, I want to make sexually explicit waffles. And I can just hear like that, like the record, the needle on the record. And the bank goes, well, I mean, do you think there's a market for it? Because I've never heard of that. I mean, they've obviously they've opened, they'd sell 150 adult waffles a day. That's,
150?
150.
Huh. I wonder how many non-explicit waffles they sell. I imagine you don't have to.
I mean, do they?
That'd be my guess, is that they would offer a standard waffle.
If it's members only, I'm thinking they're phallic-like across the board.
Oh, members only. Okay.
Or, it probably wouldn't be hard to make a regular waffle naughty. Just some strategically placed whipped cream.
Oh, you said two waffles next to each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some dollop of whipped cream in the middle with a strawberry on top of it.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Booby waffles.
I wasn't going to say it, but yeah.
I know.
Correct.
I thought it was okay if I said it.
It is. Yes.
Okay.
You are correct.
Right. And if you don't do the whipped cream, if you just do two regular waffles right next to each other, they could be booty waffles.
Okay. Yeah.
But, it's successful. Here we are in St. Joe, America, talking about Toronto's X-rated waffles.
St. Joe, America. That's right.
If anybody is looking to make a little road trip to Toronto for
There you go.
Naughty Waffles.
Naughty Waffles. Yeah, so Waffle House is a franchise, but like we've talked about before, like if you and I were to go rogue, if you and I were to start a McDonald's franchise and go rogue and start inventing all kinds of food items, McDonald's corporate would come get us. You know, like, hey, we're trying to set expectations across the franchises.
Yeah.
So you go in rogue here with your beep, shaved egg McMuffins. Get out of here.
I just think of like all the, when old men retired and they go have their little coffee at McDonald's and they've got their little breakfast group or something, like, hey, there's a new Waffle House. We should try that. And just like an eye-opening experience.
Yeah.
This ain't your grandpa's Waffle House.
Interesting mental image of some elderly gentleman sitting there at the Waffle House having just ordered the phallus waffle. He's got a smile on his face as he forks and knifes his way through it. Nom nom.
Oh, that one came with peanut butter.
All right, Explicit Waffle House in Toronto. Thanks, Kate. Good tip.
Sure. If people ask why you're going to Toronto, you don't have to tell them that you're specifically going to the Naughty Waffle House. But
and then they'll go, well, what other reason could there possibly be to go to Toronto? I don't get it.
Blue Jays game.
There you go.
That's a good
Blue Jays game. Yeah, you could fool someone with that.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Okay.
That wink, wink you just did. I just saw that wink. You're going to that dirty Waffle House, aren't you?
Right.
And then shrug. Yeah.
I guess. We might see if they're taking reservations.
Busted me. Speaking of food, Kate, do you know what shape a Cheez-It is?
Do I know what shape a Cheez-It is?
Yeah, you're familiar with Cheez-Its, right?
I am.
Yeah, do you know what shape they are?
I could say square, but I could also say diamond.
Ooh. They're rectangular. Do you know that they're actually 1 inch by 0.94 inches, Kate?
No.
Yeah, someone I follow on Twitter did a retweet, and it was a screenshot of something. So it's like, well, I better go see if I can find the source. And it looks like, yes, indeed, their source was Wikipedia. Cheez-It is a cheese cracker manufactured by the Kellogg Company through its Sunshine Biscuits division. Approximately 24 by 26 millimeters, 9.4 by 1 inches. The rectangular crackers are made with wheat flour, vegetable oil, cheese, made with skim milk, salt, and spices. So there you go, Kate. All these years, we've thought Cheez-Its are square.
Who in the world needed to bust out the tape measure with their Cheez-It instead of just eating the Cheez-It?
My guess is some geometry whiz or something was eating Cheez-Its one day and just looked at it just right and was like, wait a minute. I don't think these sides are equal lengths. And then sure enough got out the calipers or whatever one would use to measure Cheez-Its at this the scale to find out that, oh yeah, the Cheez-Its are actually 0.06 inches wider on one side than the other.
Oh, man.
I know. You think you know something. And then turns out, no.
I mean, am I ever going to look at a Cheez-It the same way?
Just like the idea of you, next time you're encountering cheese, it's just, between your thumb and your forefinger, you pick the Cheez-It up and you're kind of eyeballing it, being like,
measuring.
Yeah, that might be. And then, yep, here comes the tape measure, and Kate finds out that, sure enough, the Wikipedia article was correct. Cheez-Its are slightly longer on one side.
Yeah, I'm probably going to trust this information, Matt.
No.
I'm probably not going to measure it, but I will dip it in my Bloody Mary or my tomato soup and then inhale, because I love Cheez-Its.
You dip Cheez-Its into your Bloody Mary?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or I like to have Cheez-Its on the side of my Bloody Mary.
Just pop some Cheez-Its while in between sips.
That's usually my favorite flying snack. Like when you're flying, I want to get a Bloody Mary, and I brought my own Cheez-Its. I don't know why.
Sounds good to me, yeah.
It's been a long time since I've done that, but...
Are we eating on flights again? Is that a thing? Drinking? Is there a drink service?
There is. When I flew in June, there were drinks and snacks.
They just wanted you to put your mask on between slurps?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But Cheez-Its with Bloody Mary, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, obviously Cheez-Its with tomato soup or Cheez-Its and chili makes a lot of sense, but wouldn't have thought, and no way am I throwing the Cheez-Its directly into the bloody, but
no.
to let them sit there and sogify, but yeah. Good tip from Kate. So.
Cheez-Its and chili, do you do that? Or you're just saying you could see that?
I don't do it, no, but yeah, it would make sense in there. And I'm sure I have had that at some point in time.
I don't do it, but it doesn't sound like, whoa, don't get crazy now.
Yeah, because I think I've put crackers into chili many times.
Or Fritos.
Just making them Cheez-Its makes a lot of sense. Fritos, yeah. But you got to have some kind of cheese component in there, so the Cheez-Its could provide that. And did you notice the part where it was like cheese made with skim milk, salt, and spices? The cheese, it's not a processed cheese product? I mean, it's probably processed, but it's...
I mean...
doesn't have the keyword product in it?
It does not have the keyword product. Yep. Hey, Matt, speaking of Fritos, I found jalapeno Fritos.
Really?
And they are so good. Like, I thought these are going to be great for chili. So when you brought up chili with Cheez-Its, I was like, ugh, I want to try the chili and jalapeno Fritos.
You wouldn't rather just throw jalapenos in the chili?
I've never done that.
Oh, you're missing out, Kate.
Yeah, I know.
Baby step your way there through the Fritos, I guess.
Yeah, I probably could do it in my own bowl, but not in the pot.
Because of the kids?
Yeah.
Come on, kids.
They're not as spicy people yet.
Yeah, it takes a bit for the kids to get there.
Yeah, they do like the jalapeno Fritos, though.
Oh,
I had to share with them.
Okay.
Yeah. It was really, really good, though.
How hot would you rate these jalapeno Fritos?
Well, I can't just sit down and eat a bag of Fritos. Like, I usually like to dip them in something or like in the chili. But these jalapeno Fritos, they were snackable for sure by themselves. I'm going to look for them the next time at the store. So I give them an 8.
An 8 as a general review, you give them an 8?
Yeah.
Okay. What about on the spicy scale? You know?
No, they've got, it's not as big of a kick, but it's good flavor, if that makes sense. Your mouth's not going to be on fire. Does that make sense?
Oh, then what's the point, Kate?
I know.
I want to be uncomfortable when I eat.
Do you do jalapeno Cheetos?
No, have I ever had jalapeno? I mean, there's the Flamin' Hot Cheeto.
I don't like those.
It's not the same thing.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I've had the jalapeno Cheetos, no.
Those are good. That's like a little bit of a burn, but you also can't stop eating them. You're like, it burns a little, but I'm going to keep on eating.
I'd like to stop eating them at some point.
Good luck when the bag is empty.
Get all fat on Cheeto.
Those would be good in chili too. Crushed up jalapeno Cheetos.
Yeah, that would be good.
Matt, I'm not ready to be talking about chili yet. I mean, it's still August.
I know. Yep. Well, it's been more, well, I mean, not now, but there have been some crisp mornings, like over the weekend it was kind of crisp both days, right? In the mornings at least. And now as we heat back up, it's still like we're nearly through August. And then, it's going to be chilly season, and that's one thing to look forward to.
Right. Somebody said they're ready for hoodie season. I'm like, I'm not there yet. I love hoodie season. I love crisp football weather, but I'm not ready yet. You keep your pumpkin. I'll keep my margarita.
Yeah, the pumpkin spice, is it out now? I remember it's coming out soon,
I think so. I think today, tomorrow? Yeah, I think you're right. I want to say today.
Pumpkin spice release date.
At Starbucks?
I type into the thing.
I think Duncan was trying to beat them and came out a little early with pumpkin concoctions.
As early as August 25th is what this article says, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow. Pumpkin spice. You don't want it, right?
I don't.
I'm fine. I'm indifferent to it. As previously discussed, it sounds like it'd be a good vehicle for some alcohol. But the return of the pumpkin spice latte is more of a moment in time for us, right? It's kind of how we mark almost the start of fall.
Right.
Although the official start of fall is just about a month away. I think the 22nd is the autumnal equinox. Is that right? Let me check this calendar. September 22nd, autumn begins, according to this calendar, which I don't think has any motivation to lie. But
I'm not sure.
Yeah, when is the official start of fall? Is it the autumnal equinox? Is it Labor Day weekend? Is it pumpkin spice latte? It's pumpkin spice latte, turns out.
That's what it is.
For a lot of people. Yeah. Labor Day weekend is a week from this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's coming. Going to get us.
Amen.
You have your closet ready yet, Kate? You put away, you started filing away and unfiling the fall looks from your closet?
I think the only thing that I probably have to put away are my white pants. I think a lot of my summer stuff can transition to fall stuff.
You put your white pants away. Didn't we talk recently about how that didn't apply anymore or something?
Yeah, maybe you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day. Maybe doesn't apply anymore. But, here's the thing. If it's September 25th and it's still like 90 degrees, I might still be wearing my white pants. So, I don't know.
Tell me about these white pants. I've never owned a pair of white pants. Isn't that hard to keep them clean?
It's terrifying. I have to really think, like, where am I going? What am I going to be doing? Is there a possibility of spilling or sitting or... I wear them to church a lot, and I wear them when I'm not with my children.
Okay.
So I wear them with my children to church when we're just going to church. That makes sense. It's safe. But if Monty and I are going out, like, not bringing the kids, okay, I think it's safe to bring white pants.
So the one time the kid's going to be around you in white pants is at church?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because Christ compels the stains away?
Because we're just going to church.
Yeah.
We're not going to, like, a barbecue joint.
Spill some blood of Christ on your pants, Kate.
Ooh, too far.
Too far?
There's no cup right now, Matt. It's COVID.
That's right. So you're safe to wear the white pants. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Too far? You think that's too far?
Yeah.
Transubstantiation? So pre-transubstantiation? Just wine?
Yeah.
I'm using the right words here, right?
Right.
Okay. Transubstantiation from the unfamiliar is when the bread and the wine at Mass becomes the body and blood of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
This is mostly a religious educational show, Matt and Kate, right, Kate?
If it's not McDonald's, it's Catholic education.
Yep.
All that talk about Jeopardy and the Jeopardy host, Mike Richards, stepping down.
Yeah, what do you think? Are you going to be okay?
I'm happier.
You're happy about it?
Yeah.
So who's it going to be? I'm seeing a resurgence of LeVar Burton-ites. Okay, now's our moment. Unite.
Yeah. I think I heard that there was a LeVar Burton movement, but, whoever they pick, it's got to be better than Mike Richards picking himself.
Yeah, this article here from...
And Dr. Oz.
Dr. Oz?
No, don't pick Dr. Oz.
No. Ken Jennings, this article here from The Week, thinks Ken Jennings.
I think Ken Jennings would be good.
And now it says calls grow for Mike Richards to step down as executive producer. So he's still employed as executive producer of the show at last check?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. He stepped down as host. It has become clear that moving forward as host would be too much of a distraction for our fans and not the right move for the show. He will stay on as executive producer, and the 5 episodes that he has already taped for the new season will still air. Because that's not fair to the contestants.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah. So when production starts again, Jeopardy will go back to having guest hosts until a permanent one is chosen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm going to start watching Jeopardy regardless.
Okay.
You're still into it, right? But you're still on Alex Trebek episodes via Netflix?
Yeah, we still do. Yeah, Netflix, Jeopardy, but it's just a crazy, what time is it on? Like 5 or 5:30?
Somewhere at 4:30 maybe, somewhere in there.
Yeah. That's usually pretty chaotic at our house. So if we do have the TV on, it's like, oh, okay, Jeopardy, but usually not.
Too many rivers that I'm not familiar with,
As far as like,
I feel like the rivers are always... I feel like whenever I've watched Jeopardy in the past, always like, this river leads to such and such. And like, the ocean? I don't know the... I feel like the geography, as discussed previously on Matt and Kate, geography isn't my strong suit. I think that's what would weed me out of Jeopardy lickety split if I was part of the contestant pool. Wouldn't last. They'd look at me and they could tell.
I'm going to go with the one that would weed me out as far as geography would be South American, African, and European geography.
Oh, well.
Asia and North America, I think I'm okay.
Okay.
Australia, I think I'm okay.
Well, luckily, those land masses take up lots of space. So
right? Exactly.
You got like half the world covered. Oh, Kate, I went ahead and ordered a robot vacuum. So
did you really?
I will have robot vacuum reviews here pretty soon. Yeah.
Did you go with? Hold on, I'm going to ask you something.
Okay.
Let me pull up my phone real quick.
It's not going to be too personal, is it?
Mm-mm. Did you go with the? Oh, let me get the right name because Monty and I were talking about this particular robot vacuum because it was on sale. The Cordy robot vacuum cleaner?
No.
Roomba?
Nope. I got the Roborock S4 Max Robot Vacuum with LiDAR navigation and multi-level mapping, 2000p, a strong suction.
Well, watch out.
That's the model I got. Pretty catchy name. Yeah, it was the wire cutter. I think I've told you about the wire cutter before, right? It's like a review website. They talk about various different gadgets. It's kind of what they were initially known for, but they do like household items too. And they recommended a Roomba model was their first one, and then this is one of their step-up models. Mm-hmm. Does a little bit more hardcore action and
does a little bit more sucking.
Does a little bit. It sucks a little bit harder.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah,
sucker.
That's what I hear. So, yeah.
Well, that is our next purchase, Matt.
Robot vacuum?
A robot vacuum, particularly for the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Because my dog isn't with us anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kate.
Yeah. Yeah, it happened over the weekend, and I had a nice talk with the girls, like, all right, we don't have a dog in the kitchen anymore. If you drop stuff, you better be picking it up. Oh. Yep. So we're going to be looking now that we don't have our own little vacuum cleaner in the kitchen, we're going to have to get a robot vacuum, I think.
Robot vacuum. Yeah, they're fairly affordable. The Roomba that they recommended, that the wire cutter recommended, was $199. That's pretty reasonable. This upgraded model that I got was $359. Decided to throw a decent bit of cash. I mean, it's like, if this thing actually relieves me of vacuuming once a year, then this will be great.
Yeah, the Cordy one that I was asking you about, it's on sale. Normally $300, and it was like it's on sale before Labor Day, like $120 off.
Okay, Cordy, like Cordy, Chord,
Coredy. Cordy.
Oh, Cordy, okay.
Cordy.
What has you looking at that one just because it was on sale?
It popped up on, I think, my Apple News. It was one of the stories, and I was like, oh. It says, even Roomba fans call this robot vacuum a game changer, and it's on sale before Labor Day.
It's a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep, so I sent it to Monty, and so that's our next purchase in the house.
Robot vacuum. All right, we can have a vacuum off. Right?
Well, I bet you I've got more stuff to suck because I got more people making messes at our house.
That's true. If you extrapolate the number of years that I've lived in my home compared to the number of months you've been into it could be close.
Yeah.
If we were to compare dust bins or whatever the little container is inside of our robot vacuums. See who has that wouldn't work. That wouldn't be a good judge of home cleanliness.
Yeah.
Mine might suck harder than yours might suck, Kate.
True. Mine's going to have dog hair to get up.
Or maybe we'll have to bring them in, have a controlled race between the two. You know?
Okay. There you go.
We'll put a bunch of dander on the floor.
Ew.
Two different separate piles of dander.
I don't know what it is about that word.
Yeah, and I don't know how we're going to be able to obtain. Can you buy synthetic dander?
Gross. Maybe don't lotion for like 3 days. And then just like start scratching your arms and legs.
Start scratching yourself vigorously. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Great. And then what? We're starting a business selling dander?
Ew. No.
That might be a good way to diversify our incomes, Kate. What if they decide they don't like our show and they fire us?
I don't know that anyone would pay for my dander.
I'm sure somebody's out there that would pay. That's probably some weird kink that somebody's into. A dander fetish.
Ew.
Ew, but somehow yum. I don't know.
Ugh. Too far.
Okay. Yes, agreed.
Dander Kink.